everybody, it's Janae Canis. Welcome back to Lectin Free Solutions. Today we're actually going to have a party at the house, and I wanted to share with you 3 Plant Paradox finger foods that I'm going to make for the party. They're really simple and they're all vegan, so let's get started. The first one is going to be a lentil hummus that is the basis for the lentil mushroom burgers. Actually, that's what we're going to have for the main course of the dinner. So it's going to be 2 for 1. I'll be able to get both out of this combination of lentils. So we're going to start off. This one's a little bit different. You know, you can adjust the spices however you like. I'm going to use 1 whole clove of garlic, about 2 tablespoons of tahini. I have enough for the lentil burgers, which is 2 cups, and then I have 1.5 cups of lentils, so it's a total of 3.5 cups of lentils for the dip and for the burgers. I've got about 3 tablespoons of tahini. I'm going to put a little bit of little zest of lemon in here, and maybe some lemon juice. We'll see how it tastes. Now I'm going to start off with 1/3 cup of olive oil, and I really don't think that's going to be enough, but we'll just start there. Let's get the lid on here and process this up. Doesn't take very long. I'm going to add a little bit more olive oil. This comes out pretty slowly, so it's probably been another maybe 2 tablespoons. Let me stop it real quickly. It's still pretty thick, so I want to taste it and maybe add some lemon juice. Yep. So I've got about 1/3 of a lemon here. Just going to add some of that. A little bit more olive oil. That's it. It's all coming together nicely. It's thin enough, and we'll have a really nice hummus dip. So that'll be number 1. Okay, before we move on to the next finger food, I wanted to show you, I pulled out the lentils that are for the burgers, and I want to show you, I left it stiffer. Then what I did was I actually added more lemon juice and a little bit more olive oil to this one, and it's a much thinner for a dip. I think you'll be happier with that. Okay, so we're finished with that one. Okay, our next finger food, number 2, is going to be stuffed mushroom caps. Now, for those of you like my family that have heart disease and the ApoE4 gene, you know you can't have very much animal protein, and you definitely can't have any dairy. So I came up with this filling that I think you're going to really like. It's a combination of 50% tahini and 50% Hemp Hearts. Now, what you'll have to do is probably adjust with the Hemp Hearts depending upon how thin or thick your tahini is. But you want it to be a really thick paste. I'm going to add a little bit of, I have here 50-50, and it's pretty nice and thick. I'm going to add just a little bit of lemon juice to it, and then I'm going to put salt and pepper in. And give that a good mix. Now, if you make too much of this for the mushrooms, don't worry, because you can cut artichokes in half. You can fill the artichokes with it. It's delicious. We had that last week. Also, you can top cauliflower with it. It's really you know what? It makes you feel like you have cheese. And another thing you could do to this, if you wanted to, is you could add a little bit of, if you want more of a cheesy taste, you could add a little bit of nutritional yeast. So, anyway, that's all there is to it. Let me taste it to make sure that, no, it needs more salt. Give it a little bit more pepper. I think I'll finish off with that lemon juice. You can put whatever seasoning you want in this. You can put cayenne pepper, you can put cumin, garlic, whatever you like. You can make it different every time. Okay, now we're ready to go. We're just going to, I took all the stems out of the mushroom caps, and I'm saving what's good of those for our lentil mushroom burgers. And what we're going to do with these is cook them for somewhere between 10 and 15 minutes at 350. And then at that point, you're going to put them under the broiler until they are toasted, nice and golden on the top. You have to watch them so they don't burn. Okay, into the oven they go. See you in about 15 minutes. Okay, here we are with the third finger food. This one also is very easy. These are artichoke hearts from Trader Joe's, frozen artichoke hearts, and I have sprinkled them with salt, cayenne pepper, and a little bit of garlic powder. And for most of you, it's fine for you to use a whole egg or two. It really depends. If you want to use the whole bag, you're probably going to need 2 eggs. I used half a bag, and I am allergic to egg whites, so I've used 2 egg yolks and a little bit of water. And what I'm going to do is just beat that together, and then I'm going to mix these together to get the cayenne a little bit distributed a little bit better. And then into the egg they go. Mix those up, get them coated well with the egg wash. And then what I have in the bag next to me is about a cup of cassava flour. And when I'm ready to fry, I will go ahead and add all of the artichoke hearts into this bag, shake them around, and then I'll fry them in olive oil until they're golden brown. So you'll see that at the end when we put our plate together. And I'll be back with the mushrooms so you can see how they look in a minute. Okay, we have the artichoke hearts all fried. We have the mushrooms baked and broiled. And now I've made a really quick dipping sauce for the artichokes. This is a coconut yogurt that has 1 clove of garlic, salt and pepper, and a squeeze of lemon juice. So you can serve your artichoke hearts with that. You can eat them plain, or you can also make a red sauce, whatever floats your boat. Anyway, I'm going to plate all this up, and one other thing I wanted to mention to you is since we're having a party, actually our guests are going to be here pretty soon, so I'm going to go ahead and plate this up. But if you want to get this done early in the day, you can easily reheat the artichoke hearts and the mushrooms in the oven. One thing I do suggest when you do fry anything, make sure you don't put it on paper towels because it gets soggy. Always elevate it on some type of rack, cooling rack, and then they'll stay nice and crispy. And if you want to reheat them, you might even want to put them on the cookie sheet on a rack like this. Anyway, I'll be back in just a few minutes after we have it all plated up for you. Okay, we're ready to get this party started. This morning I made the almond psyllium rolls. I have the mushroom lentil burgers waiting in the refrigerator. All I have to do is fry those when the guests get here. We've got homemade sauerkraut and homemade mustard to go with those. So it's the regular slider recipe that you can find on YouTube. I've already made that for you before. And then our appetizer is stuffed mushrooms with hemp and tahini. We have lentil hummus. And we've got jicama carrots and some butter lettuce to dip with. And then on this side, we've got fried artichoke hearts with a coconut yogurt dipping sauce. And that's about it. I think you're going to have a really good time at this party. Thanks for stopping by. I want to thank all of you for your continued support. I know that it's challenging when you have heart disease and you have the ApoE4 status. There are so many foods that we can't eat. So I try really hard to bring you as many interesting recipes as I can because my family likes to have really good food, and I know that you do too. So thanks again. I hope you continue to watch. While you're here, please like and subscribe so I can bring you more videos like this. Thanks.